is a 2023 ATC Game Changer. This is the fifth wheel, all aluminum. Fantastic trailer. I'm going to show you around, show you all the major features and how to use them. Everything is aluminum and some composite materials on the inside, but there is no wood. Okay, so we're going to start here on the outside. The first compartment on the left or passenger side of the trailer are your tanks. You got two 40-pound tanks. The valve right there, that shows you that we're currently feeding off of this tank over here. See the arrow? When that one runs out, you simply close that valve, open this valve, and flip this over to the other tank. To remove the tanks, you have that big wing nut up top. Loosen that, and that'll allow the tanks to be removed for filling. This compartment here is your generator, 7,000 watt Onan generator. This is a gasoline unit. You have exterior controls for your jacks right there. There is a more in-depth control panel on the inside. Access to water. The exhaust for the generator. And we have this little control panel. This is for your city water connections. So here you have that black port right there. This is for city water connection. The white one, that is to winterize the trailer. That's where you feed antifreeze through. Now this city water connection is also where you fill your onboard water tank, your fresh water tank. So if you have that handle, this blue handle, oriented down, you're using city water. The water will be directed to the fixtures. Turn that lever to the left or up, it's going to send that same water to your fresh water tank. So easy to operate. There's directions right there. And that other port right here, that is to flush your black tank. Now that white switch there is a light to light up this area when you are using this at night. The red switch is for your water pump. Now in this bay, we have slide tray. This will come out to either side, and it does lock. There's another sheet that's got directions that ATC has been nice enough to leave for you. There's some of the components, water valves for bypassing different things. There's your water pump, automatic transfer switch, your hydraulic pump and associated hoses, as well as your batteries, converter up there, and some plumbing. Now this right here is your water heater. This is a gas water heater. There's the exterior of the furnace. Of course you have your dump valves right there. Gray and black. Your dump port, 3.5-inch standard sewer connection. That is storage for your sewer hose. There is a sewer hose in there. This is where you fill your onboard fuel tank for the generator. You can see that our levelers are currently down. It's auto level. Then you have a vent right here. And this is the garage. I'm not going to set up the whole gate here. We're a little pressed for time here as we have somebody waiting to pick this up to deliver it to a customer. But I'll post a picture of what it looks like here. Pretty simple to operate. You have these little latches here. Basically, that, flip that down, and that holds it in place. Now this gate, of course, extends all the way around over here, so you can lock it all the way around. It does have a staircase in the front compartment that we just looked at. That staircase sets up here in the back, so you can use this like a little balcony. And of course you have a screen, a divider that'll protect this in the back, so you can close it all up with a screen to get some air through, but keep the bugs out. This is the other bay on the other side. There's that staircase I just mentioned. Like I said, this tray will go out either side, left side or right side. And this is where you have your fuel pump to pump fuel to your toys, contraptions, whatever you want to call it. Of course, we got this big old awning here. I'm not going to put it out because we're pretty close to this wall here. I don't want to hit the wall, but this is a view from inside the trailer. Got the garage. You can see this track system. So this track system basically runs the length of half the trailer. You can see this shelf or counter, whatever you want to call it. So this counter is mounted to that track system, as well as this table, and as well as these beds back there. So that means you can configure the layout of this trailer. But see that nut right there? You can loosen that, and that will allow you to move this up and down this track. So these components, you can move them. If you wanted the table closer to this entry, you could certainly do that and leave more space back here. If you wanted to remove it completely, you could certainly do that. This table, by the way, does fold up. You just pull those pins right there. See that pin? It's got one on here and one on the other side. Pull the pin. This table will fold up. Then you'll put that pin back in that hole, which will land right there. That'll lock it in place. So you can fold it up or remove it altogether. Now this table does not fold up, but it will remove some of those nuts down there. Now this bench here and bench there, these turn into beds, or they turn into a couch for sitting. It's got a strap here, and you just simply loosen this strap, undo from there, and it'll fold down to make it a bed. Or you flip this part. This is the backrest. You flip it over and it'll make a backrest. Or, as I said, everything on this track can be completely removed if you decide that's something you don't really need. Of course, the bed is on the Happy Jack system, so it moves up and down using this button here on this control panel that we'll look at more here in a second. So we simply press the button and it moves up and down. Or if you wanted to, you could completely remove the bed. It's got pins right there on all four corners. so you can completely remove it. Now these are hard surface countertops. It's kind of like a Corian type material that's made to look like granite, but much lighter. Now in the kitchen we have this neat refrigerator. This is by Norcold. This is a large refrigerator. Now this is a 12-volt refrigerator, and to control the refrigerator you basically have a button that you're going to long press to turn it on and off, plus and minus for the temperature. These buttons here, like this one, is where you select to control the freezer down below. This one you select to control this upper portion, which is the refrigerator. Then night mode runs the system at a slower speed to conserve energy and make less noise. Not that it makes very much noise at all, I can't even hear it running. But your stove, your cooktop and oven. You got a little light here. Up is the pretty blue lights, down is pretty blue lights and oven light. Center is off. Now this does not, the lights do not have to be on for this to work. You simply, it operates very much like a propane grill. So you just turn the knob and turn this knob. This is a striker. This will ignite 3 burners in the oven at the same time if you've got them all on. Either way, every time you turn this knob, it does throw a spark to each one of those burners in the oven, whether or not you have the oven on. So just one knob for everything. Microwave. Now this is a convection microwave, which means you could bake in it. Plus it also works like a regular microwave. TV. The TV does pull out. See that strap? Pull that strap and it'll allow it to pull out. Our shower. Now it's got this neat holder for the shower curtain, so you can extend it out or move it in to get it out the way, or maybe when it's drying. But when you need more room, it simply opens out like this. You got lots more elbow room in there. Not that it's small to begin with. I mean, that's a good size shower. See that remote? It operates that right there. Now this trailer is equipped with 3 air conditioners, so you have 3 thermostats that look like that. Each one of them is usable independently of the other. Here's our bed, storage up there. All these neat lights. Now these are touch sensitive, so you just touch that. Blue light, light on, off. Blue light, light on. Under this bed there is storage. See if I can do this with one hand. Yep. Now when you configure the ladder or the staircase for the garage, for the deck in the back, if you're using it in the deck mode, yeah, there is a gate right here that you can set up. In those boxes are the 2 chairs for the dining table that's back there. Go in the box. This goes down. This is where you mount another TV if you want. The door just have a little lock right here. Little pull handle. The smoke detector uses a 9-volt battery. Now right here is our power center. This has all our breakers. 110 breakers and 12-volt fuses on this side. You can see everything is labeled. There's the other thermostat, and there's another one back there. Now on this area right here next to the entry door, we have our main control panel. This has we'll start at the top of this panel. So you have the most important thing here, of course, is your 12-volt power. So that is how you turn on your connection to the batteries that we saw previously at the front of the trailer. So you got to have that on if you're going to use stuff here in the trailer, right? So right here, like I said, you have 12 volt power. You have a button for the bed lift to operate the lift. Your fuel gauge for the tank that we saw on the outside, where the cap is. It's got an onboard fuel tank. Those are dummy switches. There's nothing installed there. And we have our gauges. So, like for example, if you want to see how much is in the fresh water tank, you press that button there. That'll show you it's 2/3 full. Black shows to be low or empty. Gray, low or empty. Battery shows to have a full charge. Water pump switch, and like we saw previously, you can turn it on here or you can turn it on outside. The switch to turn on your water heater, you can see it's currently on. Exterior lights, a light for your awning, and of course a button to extend the awning. Now this trailer is equipped with heaters on the tanks to keep them from freezing if you had someplace really cold. And then it's got even line heaters to protect the water lines. These big switches are to turn on the lights inside, as they are labeled there. And the plus minus is so you can dim them. Now above that, like I said, you have a thermostat for the middle air. The rear air is on that thermostat that's right there on that wall, just above that bench.
And this is your equalizer leveling system control panel. So on this panel, very easy to operate. Just turn on the button where it says power, turn that on. Once the system is on, it's as simple as pressing auto level. That's it. While it's doing this auto level procedure, your job is to stay still. Do not be moving about the cabin, because the sensor, the leveling sensor, will pick that up and it might cause a fault on the jack. So the procedure may take a minute or so, a minute and a half, maybe even 2 minutes. It'll all depend on how unlevel the coach is. Once it's done, it'll start, the control panel will stop flashing. So at that point, you're ready to either press the power button and turn it off, or it will turn itself off after a few minutes. Now, when you turn on the system and you're going to auto level it, if the lamp that says excess slope is lit, that means the system has detected there's too much of an angle where you have parked this coach and you are not to use your leveling system. So that means should you use it, damage could result, to your leveling leg. So what you would need to do, either you do not use the legs, or you move the coach, move it somewhere else where it's not at such an angle. Now it does, by pressing the each set of jacks, like you have your front, rear, left, right. Those are individual buttons to move the legs up and down individually. Now typically those are used for manual operation. Normally you will not use those buttons. Those are for special situations where you might have to adjust one leg or the other for whatever reason. Normally those are not used. So right now, let's say, okay, we're auto leveled, right? You hit auto level, the jacks, the 4 jacks came out, it leveled itself. So now you're ready to, let's say you're ready to depart your campsite, right? So now we need to hitch up, but first we got to unlevel it, right? So we can hitch up. So I'm going to go to my control panel and I'm going to hit all jacks, retract all jacks, whatever it is, right? So when I do that, it's a little bit deceiving because of what it says. It makes it sound like all 4 jacks are going to go up. It's going to just bring up the back jacks, the jacks at the very back. It's not going to do anything with the front jacks, the landing gear. Also very important, anytime you're hitting the retract all jacks, you should be unhitched from the truck completely and the truck is free and clear. Now you just have the front legs, which are the are referred to as the landing legs. You can go to the front and operate those legs from the switches that are in the front under the front nose of the fifth wheel. So use those to bring those legs up or adjust them as needed, and then ultimately to raise them all the way up after you've hitched to your truck. Hope that makes sense.
Then we have the control for the inverter. The inverter is currently off. Normally you're going to want it off unless you are using it. Now up there up above there is a grill that you remove to remove the cleanable filters. There are 3 of those, as you can see. So from time to time you'll have to remove the filter that's in there to wash it. They're washable filters. You wash them, let them air dry, and put them back in.
And this is going to bring us to about the end of the tour of this 2023 ATC Game Changer Model 3619. This is Frank at the RV Shop here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe to my channel. Have a fantastic day.